Okay. Things is better. All right. Good evening, everybody. Let's have some music playing in the background. Okay. You're welcome to today's class. We are live already. All right.
More music on trendybeats.com.
If you can hear me, just say you can hear me. Okay, guys. Okay. Okay. Okay, so if you can hear me, just let me know that you can hear me, please. If you're here, just type I'm here. If you can hear me, type you can hear me, so that we can start up immediately. Okay, okay. All right. So if you can hear me, just type you can hear me, so we can start up immediately. Okay. Okay, Gospel Kenzie, you're welcome. Let's play this jam again. Can you hear the keyboard too? Can you hear my keyboard? All right. Gospel, can you hear the keyboard? Keep it like this. Okay, you're welcome. Gospel, can you hear the keyboard? If you can hear the keyboard, please let me know so that we can start immediately. Oh yeah, big. Wonderful. That's nice. I think we are ready. So what are we waiting for now? Nobody. Okay, you can see my keyboard very well there. Good. Is there any other person here that can hear my keyboard? We have gospel here. Please, if you come online, just let me know that you can hear me. All right, one more person, and then we're starting. Where's Alex? Is Alex here? Okay, Prince, you're welcome. All right. All right, that's nice. Maybe we can start then. So we're supposed to treat 3 topics today. We're supposed to talk about chord, and then talk about scales, and then talk about one more topic. Talking about chord, talking about scales, and then talking about finger exercise. Good. So guys, which one do we start with? Which one should we start with? We start with chord, or we start with scale? Or we'll start with finger exercise. a chord, praying to sing chord. Thank you. So give me a song. Give me a song. Give me a song. Let me play it. Let me play a song for you. I'll play. What I'll do is I'll play the normal way, and then I'll begin to introduce chords and chord changes, so that we can start from there. So give me a simple song you are very conversant with. A song you're conversant with. Then I'll play the normal way, and then I'll do a chord change. I'm waiting for you. Give me a simple song, somebody. So give me a simple song, and then I'm waiting for you guys. Quickly, give me a simple song. Give me a simple song, and then I'll play it the simple way, and then we try and create and embellish it and create chord substitutions. Then we'll start from there. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. All right, so let's go. Can you hear the song? So that's the simple way. Let's embellish it now. Mm. So that's a very popular Nigerian song that I just played. I played it first in a very simple way with a simple chord. Now the chord for that song is can you like help call out the chord you're holding, please? Okay, definitely that's how it came. So the major chord for that song is normal do mi so, do, do fa, mi, which is mi so ti, to la, fa, to do, to so, do, to fa, mi, to la, to fa, to so, back to do, again. Do, four, which is fa, three, which is mi, six, which is la, re, to do, to so, do, to fa, to mi, to la, to re, to so, to do. You understand? E, so, to do, fa, to do, to so, do, to fa, mi, to la, re, to so, to do. You understand? You understand? So that's the chord progression for that song. Actually, that's the basic chord progression for that song. And one of the things we want to, if you have to do anything, you use that chord progression, like normal chord progression. Except, of course, you want to embellish it and build on it. That's when you can change it or begin to work on something else. But before we begin to work on something else, I want to just run through the principles of chord, how to identify chord and how to know chord. Now, you cannot you cannot identify something without first knowing that thing. Excuse me, please. Let me bring my rest. I like using this chair to rest my hand. Okay, okay, I think I can stay here. Okay, so you cannot actually identify something without knowing it. What do I mean? When you have to know me first before you can identify me. You get? You have to know me before you can identify me. You cannot identify something without first knowing that thing. You need to learn about that thing. You need knowledge about that thing before you can identify it. So because you know my face, you know my look, when you see me in public, when you see me on the highway, when you see me driving or flying, you can say, Praise, how are you? Because you've known me, so you can identify me. Same thing with chord. For you to be able to identify chords, you need to first of all know those chords. You need knowledge of those chords. You understand? You cannot identify what you don't know. You get? So you need knowledge of those chords to be able to identify it. It means if you can learn about chord and you know them very well, when you hear them in a song, when you see them anywhere, you definitely be able to identify it. So to start with, we'll talk about we'll talk about um, the five type of chords we have. They are in levels actually. First of all, chord. Somebody should give me what he or she understand by the word chord. Chord. Just type it on the comment section. What do you understand by chord? When you hear a chord, what comes to your mind? Like chord, what comes to your mind? What do you understand? Just type it for me. Let's start from there. So when you hear chord, what comes to your mind? What's the first thing that hits your mind once you hear a chord? Because that's the first knowledge we need to establish before we continue doing anything. So when you hear a chord, what comes to your mind? Can someone type it for me, please? What is a chord? I'm waiting. I am waiting. I'm waiting. What's a chord? Okay. Good. Chords are combination of notes. Alright. So it means when we're talking about the chord is in notes more than three heard simultaneously. Okay, I really love that definition. Sorry, chord. Yeah, it's understandable. We understand it. Chord, I think coming together of notes. I'm new, please. Okay, Prince, you're welcome. So chord, see, if you are writing, write this down. First of all, I want to open my heart to teach you. What I'm teaching you now, you won't see it explained like this in any book. You understand? So someone said this is supposed to be a paid class, but I decided it should be free. You understand? Because a very popular musician said we rise by lifting others. There's a level you get in life, you need to go to the next level in life. So most times you need to give out what you have so that you can get more from God. So I'll be open-minded here. I'll explain everything to the deepest, tiniest truth. My only plea to you is that please try and ask me questions. You understand? Open your heart to and ask me questions. At least you're using your sub to be in this live session. I'm using my sub too. Yes, it's not free. For me to go live, I need to subscribe. For you to watch me, you need to subscribe. So it's not like one person is spending, another person is not spending. I'm using my time. You're using your time too. I'm giving out knowledge. You're receiving knowledge. It is not easy to give out knowledge. Same way, it's not easy to receive knowledge. You understand? In the kingdom, in Jesus' kingdom, the Bible says it is more better to give than to receive. It therefore means my benefit is from the kingdom. It is God. It's God that will reward me. You understand? Your benefit starts here. Your benefit is in this earth, because when you receive knowledge, you expound, you increase in everything you're doing. You understand? So the person giving that knowledge, physically it might look like he's reducing. That's why people don't teach, because they feel when they teach you, come on, you are getting to my standard. So no, the kingdom mindset is as we teach, we increase. You understand? So pay attention, be very focused, and please be attentive. Listen, chord are actually the combination of two or more notes. You understand? Anything more than one, it's already becoming a chord. You must understand it. Anything more than one is a chord. So this, though this is though, this is not a chord. This is a melody. This is a single note. But when you now start adding something to this though, you're creating a chord already. You can hear it. I heard the words a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. You don't really care for music, do ya? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fourth, and the major. I'm using two notes. You can actually play songs with just two notes forming chord. Get it very well. Get it very well. So it's not compulsory that it has to be three. It can be two. Hallelujah. I'm using just two notes. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. You can see it. Hallelujah. 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 So I'm using just two notes and a bass line. So anything more than one is already a chord. You understand? Just that officially, like officially, standardly, the basic chord, let me use pidgin. The chord when they come they give name to begins from three notes. Do you understand? Three notes. This is because a chord must have a root. A chord must have a third. And a chord must have a fifth. That's 1, 3, 5. You understand? There must be a first note, there must be a second note, which is the third, and there must be another note, which is the fifth. That is why names were being given to chord from three noted chord. That's if it's three notes. That doesn't mean this is the only chord. No, chord began from only two notes. Do you understand? So, but music started giving name, attaching relevance to a chord with three notes. That's why in music they'll tell you the most basic and simplest chord is the triad. 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 Why is it called triad? Because tri means try. Try means three. So triad is a chord made from three notes. Do you understand? Triad is a chord that is made up of how many notes? Three notes. Three noted chord. Three noted chord. In music, this is the simplest chord ever. Before you start to learn all the many chords, before you start to learn that, you must first of all learn the triad. You understand? You must first of all learn the triad. And there are basically 5 types of triad. Brothers and sisters, permit me to share with you this evening that all the songs you hear in the world, they are all built from triad. It's just, how do I explain this? It's like good. In English language, for an example, one of the basic things you will learn is alphabet, right? So we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It is very simple. It is what you learn in your kindergartens. It is what you learn as far back when you were very little. But do you know that there's no level you will get to in English language that you will leave alphabet? You will still be using that alphabet, that alphabetical knowledge that you've learned in your younger days. You will still be using it. There's no grammar you want to speak in this world that doesn't have A. If it doesn't have A in it, it has B. If it doesn't have B, it has C. If it doesn't have C, it has D. If it doesn't have D, it has E. It has F. It has G, H, I, J, K. So there's no level of there's no level you get to in school that you say I've outgrown alphabets, I don't need it again. No, because that is the basic of all English language. Same thing with triad, same thing with three noted chord. Those three noted chords that you see that you think is only beginners that used to play, it is being used in all music around the world. Do you understand? That is why if you are learning chord and you have not learned that triad, you are just joking with your life. You are joking with your musical career. It means you are not serious, because everything in life starts from the beginning, starts from simple step before it goes up. You understand? So if you can learn triad very well, you're grounded. Give me an example of a very complex song that doesn't have triad. You can't give me an example. There's no example. There is no song that doesn't have triad. There is no song. Do you understand? There is no song at all. Be it secular, be it gospel, be it classical song, they all have triad. So it means if we are learning triad, we are really doing ourselves good. So basically, guys, there are 5 types of triad. Type of triad. If you are writing, you can write it down. Type of triad chords. There are basically 5 types of triads. Are you there? So I say triad are chords that are built from 3 notes. Triads are chords built from 3 notes. So there are basically 5 types of triad. There is the major triad, which is M-A-J-O-R-O. Major triad. Are you there? If you are there, type I'm there. If you're following, type I'm there so that I don't look like I'm talking to myself.
More music on trendybeats.com.
If you are there, type I'm there, please. Good. So we are there. So there are basically 5 type of triad. We said the first one is the major triad. The major triad is the first type of triad we have, and it is formed from the first notes, the third note, and the fifth note of the major scale. Now the major scale is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. On the key of C, it will be do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So the major triad is do, which is the first, mi, which is the third, and so, which is the fifth. So we have do, mi, so, 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 do, do, do. Do, mi, so is a major triad. Let's get it very well. So do, mi, so is a major triad. Good. Now another triad, the second triad we have is the minor triad. Now the minor triad is, what you do in the minor triad is you flatten the third, you flatten that mi. Now understand very well what flat and sharp means in music. Some of us don't know it. When you hear sharp in music, it means to increase. Sharp is increase, while flat is what? Decrease. So when you hear sharp, sharp is what? Increase, flat, decrease. Sharp, increase, flat, decrease. Sharp does what? Sharp increases, while flat decreases. So if I say sharp, sharpen the first, I mean if this is do, increase it to the key immediately after do, which is D, before you go to re. You understand? If I say flatten it, I mean you should reduce this do. That means bring it to T. Do you understand? So the minor triad, good, yes, you're there. The minor triad is built from flattening the third. Now do, re, mi, mi is the third. So if we are to flatten mi, we will now flatten mi to more. Now I believe you know the chromatic scale, which is do, di, re, mo, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, to, ti, do. Exactly, that's what we're working with. So do, this mi now you now reduce it, which is to flat it to more and so. This is minor triad. Okay, okay, okay. So okay, so do, mo, and so. Do, mo, and so is minor triad. Do, mi, and so it's a major triad. Do, mo, and so is a minor triad. If you get the minor triad and the major triad, please write I get it. Give me a moment. Just write it. I'm coming. Okay, Prince, you are lost. Okay, through tax, it has been done. So I will go over it again. Prince is lost. I said there are 5 types of triad. The first one is the major triad. Now on your scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. major triad is gotten from do, mi, and so. This chord is a major triad chord. Therefore means if I'm playing on key C, do, mi, so on key C, I will call it C major. Do you understand? Do, mi, so on key C, I will call it what? C major, because it's the major triad. Then we proceed to the next type of triad, which is minor triad. Now the minor triad is do, mo, and so. So do, mo, and so is a minor triad. So if I'm playing it on key C, that's if my do is key C, that will be C minor. That's the difference between minor and major. Minor is not is plain mini chord and major is plain mini chord. No. Do, mo, and so is C minor because it's a major triad. You understand? Now, the other type of triad we have is the diminished triad. D-I-M-I-N-I-S-H-E-D. Diminished triad. Now, that one is you flat the third and you flat the fifth. And I told you that to flat is to reduce. So if I'm telling you that you flat the third and you flat the fifth, it means reduce the third and reduce the fifth. So to reduce the third, you reduce the third, which is mi, while fifth is so. So if you have to reduce the third, you're reducing it to mo, while you're reducing the fifth to fi. You understand? So we'll have do, mo, and fi as C diminished triad. You guys should calm down. Don't worry, you understand. After now, I'll give a theoretical explanation on the WhatsApp group so that you can get. But I want you to get it practically first, so that you ask me practical questions there. So do, mo, and fi is the diminished triad. Now the other triad we have is the augmented triad, which is do, mi, and z. How do you get augmented triad? The first, the third, then you sharp the fifth. That's you increase the fifth. You understand? So first, third, and increase the fifth. Do, mi, and si. That's augmented triad. Augmented triad. Do, mi, and si. And then the last type of triad that we have is the suspended triad. How many of you have checked the keyboard and maybe a demo is playing and then you see C sus4, C sus2? What they are trying to tell you is the suspended triad. It means they played the suspended chord there. You understand? So we have two types of suspended triad. There are basically two suspended triad. Suspended by 4, you can suspend the chord by 4, or you can suspend it by 2. Basically, how to suspend a chord. Why do they call a chord suspended chord? Now, a suspended chord is built from alternating between the third. You understand? When you alternate the third, that's when you shift the third. When you substitute the third note with another note, you have created a suspended chord. When you alternate the third, when you shift the third and play another note, you have created a suspended chord. You have suspended that chord. For an example, I just taught you that the major triad is do, mi, so, right? Do, mi, so is the major triad. Now to suspend this major triad, what is the third note? The third note is mi. The third note is mi. So if we take this third, if we take it forward, to the fourth, which is fa, it is suspended by 4 because we have adjusted this third to fa. So instead of playing do mi so, we will now play do fa so. If you are not with your keyboard now, you are wrong. If you're in this class and you have not connected your keyboard so that you'll be trying what I'm teaching you, it will be very difficult for you to understand this, because this is a practical class. You are supposed to play it while I teach you, then ask me question if you're having difficulty. I want to train musicians. I want to raise keyboardists, not just people that know music. No, you should be able to play it. Do fa so is suspended by 4. You understand why? Because we have shifted mi to fa. So instead of do mi so, we have do fa so. Do fa so. Do fa so. And then the other suspended chord, which is suspended by 2, from do mi so, you shift this mi, you shift it backward. So do mi so, you shift mi backward. It will now be do re so. So this is a suspended by 2 triad. So we have sus 4, do fa so. We have sus 2, do re so. Any question? So to recap, we have 5 major type of triad chord. We have the major triad, do mi so. We have the minor triad, do mo so. We have the diminished triad, do mo fi. Do mo fi. We have the augmented triad, do mi si. We have the suspended by 4, do fa so. Suspended by 2, do re so. So any question? Do you understand the 5 triad we have? Do you understand the 5 triad? Come on, talk to me. Can we proceed? Can we proceed? Come on, guys. Can we proceed? Understood. All right. Endurance understood. Any other person? Prince Chinedu Joshua. Do you understand now? Good. I love the fact that you understand now. Now, I know the question that will be in your mind is, how do you use this triad? That was the question in my mind too when I was learning them years back. Like, what's my business concerning this triad? Not be to know them are defined. How if they use them? How do I use this triad? How do I make use of this triad chords? That's the question. You understand? That's the question. That's not be to know them. You understand? So we'll learn how to make use of them now. But I want to make sure everybody is cleared already. Prince, can you write out the 5 triad chord we have for me? Write out the 5 triads. I'm waiting for you. The 5 triad. Write it for me. you. Endurance, how many type of suspended chord do we have? Endurance, how many type of suspended chord do we have? Prince, you are correct. Prince, you are following. Okay, that's wonderful. That's very, very wonderful. So now what I'll do is I'll teach you the use of the suspended chord, and then I will proceed from there. There are two types of suspended chord. Endurance, you are very correct, which is the suspended by 4. Suspended by 4 is do, fa, sol, which is 1, 4, and 5. When you jam it together, suspended by 4. And then suspended by 2 is do, re, sol. You understand? Good. Now, how do you use suspended by 4? Usually, personally, I can use the suspended by 4 to end the song. I can use it to do what? To end the song. So when I'm singing and I want to end the song, I can use the suspended by 4 and I'll end the song. You understand? Suspended by 4 and then you end the song. For example, we're singing age to age, you're still the same by the power of your name. I will praise and lift you up. So I had to suspend the major chord. I went to suspend it by 4 first before I now went to the major chord. So I will praise and lift you up. Create in me a clean. I renew the spirit within. Create in me a clean heart. Oh Lord, renew your spirit within me. Cast me not away from your presence, oh Lord. Take not the Holy Spirit from me. Restore me, nurture my salvation, and renew the spirit within me. So you can always use the suspended by 4 to end the song. You understand? You use to end the song. It's very simple. I just want to say, Baba, oh, I just want to say, Baba, oh, I just want to say, Baba, oh, suspended by 4. You understand? Can you use it to end the song? It spices it. Do you understand? Can you use suspended chords now? If you understand how to use suspended chords, come on. Do you understand the uses of suspended chords? Wonderful. What about the sus2? It means you understand the sus4. Now, sus2, there's several uses of it. Personally, I use the sus2 when I don't want to actually play a chord directly. You understand? When I don't want to play a chord directly, just want to play around it. For example, open the eyes of my open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Now, the first chord for that song is Do. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Then to La. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. To Fa. I want to see you. You understand? To Do. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Now, persons will just play those straight, like open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes. You understand? You can. So if you want to spice it up, instead of just playing that major triad straight, you suspend it by 2. You understand? Not 4. Because 4 is to end it. Like you can't be doing open the eyes of my heart, Lord. It doesn't make sense. So suspend it by 2. So when we suspend it by 2, we have open the eyes of my heart. Suspend by 2. Do, re, so. Instead of do, mi, so, I'm playing do, re, so. Now, for the La, instead of playing La, do, mi, I'm suspending La, do, mi by 2, which is now La, ti, mi. You understand? The third in La, do, mi is the Do. So if I take it to Re, which is 4, it will now be suspended by 4. If I bring it downward, it will be suspended by 2, which is La, ti, mi. So I'm doing Do, Re, so. To La, ti, mi. I want to see you, You understand? So, do you understand how to use the suspended by 2 now? Savior, do you understand how to use the suspended by 2 now? Good. Good. That's very wonderful. Then so that's that for triad. And then from triad, We'll build to seventh. We'll build to seventh chord. Seventh chord is actually creating chord with 4 notes. 4 notes. Don't forget we said triad, Triad, is creating chord from 3 notes. Just 3. Which we say there are 5 types of triad. The major triad, do mi sol, minor triad, do mo sol, diminished triad, do mo fi. Thank you, Lord. Augmented triad, do mi si, and then suspended triad, do fa sol for suspended by 4, and do re sol for suspended by 2. Then we've learned about how to use the suspended chord, and also let me teach you how to use the augmented chord, because apart from them, okay, suspended, augmented, and diminished, the minor chord is a platform on its own, is a key on its own, so to say. You understand? It's a major chord change. But the augmented, the diminished, and the suspended, you can use it even while you use the major chord. Let me teach you how to use the augmented. Personally, I use the augmented for any progression that is on mi, for any progression that is on mi, or that is on do, but the melody is still on mi. You know, melody is like the soloing of the song. So if the soloing is on mi, I can use the augmented chord. So maybe I'm on do and the soloing is soloing on mi, and it has stayed on mi, and I play do and it's still on mi. Instead of playing do again, I'll play augmented. Do you understand? Something like amazed. So that we are on do. Amazing grace. It will still remain on do. It's very boring to me. You understand? It's very boring. And the soloist is soloing me like amaze me do me. So since you're on me, I can use the augmented chord. So I will start with do, which is the major, do mi sol. Zing grace, I will not do mi zing. Before I will not go to fa. So like, do you understand? Sweet. That's You understand? So use the augmented to alternate do when the melody is on mi. Then for diminished triad, we'll end here. For diminished triad, you can use diminished triad to play the chords for chromatic scales. You can use diminished triad to play the chord for chromatic scales. What do I mean? Now when I'm playing do, you know do triad, which is do mi sol. When I'm playing re, you know re, which is re fa la. But when I'm playing d, which Boss, that augmented on me is the augmented on C major. Okay, Joseph is the augmented on C major. But just like you have figured out, the augmented chord of C major is still the augmented chord for E major. Good one. So the augmented chord for C major in terms of key, we have C, D, and G sharp. You get it? C, D, and G sharp. Man, power. Nigeria power can never change. Anyway, you'll still be able to hear me. Just hang on. We'll have C, we'll have E, and we'll have G sharp. Then the augmented for key E is still the same thing. Key E, G sharp, and C. Do you understand, Joseph? So Joseph, do you understand? Good. So the augmented chord C, E, and G sharp is the same thing as E, G sharp, and C. So you can use two for the same thing. Give me a moment. Let me switch over. Just took the light. So that's it basically. Then I was talking about the use of diminished triad. Now diminished triad can be used for chromatic notes. So those D, those Mo, those Fi, those Z, you can use diminished triad for them. So Do and C, we have Do, then we have D. Now D is C sharp, so you can use diminished triad. So the diminished of C sharp will be D. We'll now go to Re. We'll now go to Mo, which is E flat. Diminish of E flat. We'll go to Mi. We'll go to Fa. Fi. Diminish of F sharp to Sol. Diminish of G sharp to La. C to Do. You understand? So that's that for triad. On our next class now, we'll talk about seventh chord. You get, on our next class we'll now talk about seventh chord, which is creating chord with 4 notes. But understand that the basic triad we talked about today is 3-noted chord. I will say there are 5 types. I will talk about them. I'll talk about their uses and how we can apply them in music. You understand? For scale, there's what we call arpeggio. Arpeggio is when you repeat the note of a chord. In fact, that's one of the laws to playing scales. One of the laws to playing scales is understanding chord tones. Okay, is understanding chord tones. Okay, let me explain that. I said diminished chord. Now, Joseph, do you know chromatic scale? Do you know do, di, re, mo, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, to, ti, do? Joseph, do you know that scale? Guys, if you know you don't know that scale, please just type it so that I'll know. Good. Joseph, if you know that scale, you will understand that C, for example, on the key of C, For an example, on the key of C, let's play. So on the key of C, let's play that scale. So on the key of C, we have, this is Do, right? This is Do. This is D. This is Re. This is Mo. This is Mi. This is Fa, Fi, So, Si, La, To, Si, Do. Joseph, are you following? Joseph, are you following? So we have Do, Di, Re, Mo, Mi, Fa, Fi, So, Si, La, To, Si, Do. Now, for this Do, we can use Do, Mi, So, which is a major chord. Do, Mi, So. Now, which chord can you use for this D? That is a triad. You can use, since this D is C sharp, you use C sharp diminish. And what is C sharp diminish? C sharp this is C sharp chord. This is C sharp major chord. C sharp diminish is you flatten the third, which is this. You can see you have flattened the third. You bring it down, and then you flatten the fifth. Do you understand? So we have Do. So D will now be, we'll now go to Re. So More, the same thing, E flat, flatten the third, flatten the fifth, which is diminish. E flat diminish is now More. We now go to Mi. We now go to Fa. For Fi, the same thing. To So. Go to Z. Go to La. To. Si. And Do. Do you understand? So we have, so the diminished chord, diminished triad, right? We are using them for those chromatic notes. That's Do, Di, diminish, Re, Mo, diminish, Mi, Fa, Fi, So, Si, La, To, Si, Do. Joseph, do you understand? So Joseph, do you understand? Good. So I think that's that for that. Nelson. Okay, Nelson, you're welcome. Oh, I didn't know the keyboard was, I didn't know the keyboard was down. Okay, Joseph, ask your question. One other question. It's question time actually. Yes, Joseph, ask a question. One other question. Bring it on. Joseph, ask a question. And any other question, please let's ask the question. Okay, on the Amazing Grace. Yes, your left hand should still play um the C major, which is Do, because that C augmented, it's a Do chord too. It's an augmented Do chord. Something like, so your left hand should do um amazing grace, sweet. You understand? While your right hand plays amazing grace, sweet. You understand? So your left hand remains on Do. You understand? Something like amazing grace. You understand? I'm using my leg to play it. So Joseph, do you understand? Your left hand should remain on the do. Good, you're welcome. So I think that's basically what we'll talk for now. Is 1 hour plus now. And we are trying to make our class not too lengthy so that it can be 1 hour so I can go and do other things. You know, so today we started chord structure and we talked about triad. We've learned triad. Any question you have about triad, please put it to me on the WhatsApp group. On our next class, we'll talk about sevenths. Okay, is it only when the music is on? I can use augmented chord. Yes, that's when I used to use it. There are other ways you can use it to which you can discover too and still teach us. You understand? So that time will not be class with Joseph. I'll come and learn. Seriously, I'll come and learn how to use augmented other ways. But one of the way I've discovered that we can use it is that way by using it on me. You get. So I think that's that for that. Thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate you. And I hope to see you some other time when we'll be having our another live session with me. You understand? But for now, I think that'll be all for now. There are no questions again, meaning you all understand. I'll see you soon. Thank you. Peace. Scale. Talk about scale. We are not done with chord. We've not talked about 7 chord. Chord is not one day. 1 hour is 1 hour class. No, 1 hour will not be enough to talk about chord. So we've just talked about triad. We'll not talk about seventh. From there, we'll not talk about scale because you cannot play scale without chord. You cannot play scales without chord. You must first of all play chord before you play scale. As a matter of fact, you can build scale from chord. Do you understand? You cannot play scale without chord. You must play chord before you play scale. Let me buttress my point by doing this solo. Good, you can hear that song now. Dancing my soul. I use the augmented triad. Like dancing my soul. You understand? Dancing my soul. I use the augmented chord. So someone that doesn't know about it will not understand why my left hand was still on do. Dancing my soul. So Thank you very much. Bye. Okay, how do you play chord in respect to scale? Okay, we'll Oyebuchi Ramsey, welcome. You came when we were closing. Thank you very much. All right, guys. Bye.